So hi, one of the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Avery Mandeville from Little Hag.
And we're asking some questions today. I'm going to start. So what inspired the creation of the band and what does the band name mean?
I've been playing music solo since I was a teenager, and we started playing as a band in 2017. Little Hag has always been just a couple of good friends of mine. And the name came from, it was initially, I used to change my Instagram handle a lot to just different things that I thought were funny. I was official Barbara Streisand. I was official Joey Fatone. I was official Danity Kane. Mm-hmm. And then it started kind of getting a little more off the rails. Mm-hmm. And I was
okay.
I don't know. This is like, I don't really like being on social media in like a serious way. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So then I was Mr. Nice Butt, and then I was No More Mr. Nice Butt, and then
oh my god,
from that at some point, mm-hmm. Little Hag was the name, and then it stuck, and then I never changed it. Uh-huh. And then somebody in town, when I was getting lunch somewhere, and somebody was like, "You're Little Hag." I was like, yeah. And then, it just became the vibe.
I love it.
Wow.
Since you were official Joey Fatone, I would assume you're an Instinct stan then, right?
Definitely. I've always been more Instinct than Backstreet Boys.
As you should be. The superior group.
That's just, yeah, I mean, the Backstreet Boys don't have a Justin,
Yeah, exactly.
Sad to say, but not that he was ever. JC was my favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Growing up, but
I had a small NSYNC phase when I was like 10. So
nice.
Yes.
So congratulations on your upcoming album, Leash. How do you feel in response to the announcement so far? Of course, yeah.
I'm really excited. This it's been a really long time coming with this album, which I'm sure every band that lived through the pandemic, which is all of us, has the same thing to say. Like, I'm sure we've all just been waiting to put stuff out, and I'm just really looking forward for these songs to be out in the world. They've been written and recorded. A lot of them have been recorded for many years. So
wow.
Oh wow. How many years are we talking about?
There's 2 songs in the album that I wrote and recorded in 2017.
Whoa.
And then there's one from 2018, a couple from 2019, like that. We recorded like half of it in 2019 and then another half of it in 2020. Mm-hmm. Plus some of the older songs. So it's like pretty extensive as far as, different times in my life that the songs were written and different people that played on them and stuff like that.
All right.
Did you re-record those for the album, or did you use the original versions?
Yeah, no, it's some 2 older songs, mm-hmm. Get Real and Blood, mm-hmm. and then a mix of newer and older stuff.
Okay.
And since you brought up Get Real, I would like to say that absolutely went off live. I saw you guys at the Bobby Mahoney show.
Oh no!
Absolutely went off.
Sweet, thank you. Yeah. We've been playing that one for a long time. It's the only song that this is a lie, but it's the only song on this record that was co-written. And the only co-writing partner I've ever had is my good friend Josh Perna. He has a solo project as King Lear, and he fronts the band Saint Slumber. Mm-hmm. So we wrote that song together years ago now. And we love playing it live. It used to be our opener. Mm-hmm. And for that House of Independence show, we were like, why don't we close with it?
Absolutely went off.
And I put down the guitar for the first time on that one. I never do. Yeah. I've always played it, mm-hmm. but I've been looking for more opportunities to dance around, mm-hmm. put down the guitar, mm-hmm. and just kind of be a little, have a little more fun.
Yeah.
And not feel like trapped behind a guitar. That's like more my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So putting the guitar down is always nice.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
So is there any meaning behind the album name or the cover art?
Yeah, Leash is one of the songs on the album, and it just felt emblematic of maybe the themes of the album. The song Leash is like a very thinly veiled metaphor of like the dog on the leash and the things that, you know, like pull us and things that we're tethered to. The dog on my leash is like my bouts of depression or other, you know, mental illness and struggling with that. So the themes of the album, I feel like, are kind of represented in that one song because it's just like, you know, different struggles of sorts.
Okay.
All right.
And the art, there's no real deeper meaning behind the art other than my boyfriend Dana, who has now become like a ghost member of Little Hag at this point because he does so much stuff for us. He took the photos and we were just kind of hanging around his apartment and messing around with lights. He likes to do like a lot of colorful stuff with his photography. So we were just messing around with lights and I liked the photos that we took that day.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
good. All right.
All right.
So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for this record? I know you mentioned like a couple of these songs are pretty old, 2017 and on. But if you could go a bit in depth about maybe the newer ones, if that's easier to remember.
Yeah. My writing process is sort of, I don't think I'm great at, I'm not great at like motivating myself to write. I kind of like get hit with something every now and again. So there will be times like this year, 2021, I hadn't written a song until June.
Wow.
Oh.
And like sometimes it'd be like that. Like I'll just go 6 months, a year without writing anything. And then all of a sudden something happens or whatnot. But a lot of the album was written, half of it was written pre, half of it was written post or during the pandemic. When we had a lot of that free time that we all seem to have had in March of 2020, April, like when it was really hardcore, you're not doing anything times. I wound up quarantining at my dad's house because my mom and my brother were exposed but didn't get COVID. So me and my sister moved into my dad's and it was just like a interesting and different change of pace. And I wound up like every day working on new songs, which is so unlike me. Like I don't really sit down to write ever. And I think five of the songs that I wrote during that time are on this record. So it feels like new. It's some old material, but mostly new, unheard stuff. Feels like fresh to me.
Yeah.
How did you manage to stay creative during that time, especially the time where it was like hardcore, not leaving the house at all?
Yeah. I don't know. I think from what I've heard from like friends of mine that I've talked to about this, it seems like having all that free time, it was sort of a make or break. Like, well, you haven't written a song in 8 months, Avery. So if you're not going to now, when are you going to? Like, you have all of that. I mean, I think we all kind of picked up or tried to pick up a pandemic hobby, at least. I bought a bass.
Yeah.
I was on Duolingo every day for about 3 weeks. And then I was like, nah. But yeah, so I think it was like, you have this time, try to use it wisely. And I'm a chronic time waster, procrastinator, last minute everything. I have a presentation for my last class before I graduate college tomorrow that I have not begun, because
we're gonna hurry this up then. So
we're just like out here. Oh, don't worry, I'm not gonna do it tonight either.
Oh my god!
Wait, you said you graduate tomorrow, right?
Yeah. No. It's my class. I have to give a presentation tomorrow for my last class, and then I'm done with college.
Oh, okay.
So I have to give that presentation at 6. So I'll probably start around like 3.
Yeah, 3 sounds like a good time. Plenty of time. 3 hours? Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, because if I don't have like panic in my veins, then how am I going to get anything done? I
Honestly,
have to be like pushed to the edge and pushed to my limit. Otherwise,
honestly,
it's not happening.
I agree. If I'm not like having an anxiety attack while I'm writing something, it's not going to happen.
Right. It's like, are you even writing?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd the track list for this album come about? Did you write the opener to be the opener and the closer to be the closer? Did you just kind of press shuffle? What was the...
I should have it in front of me so I know. But no, it was more... It was hard actually putting the track listing together because I don't know. I had a hard time trying to make everything flow because there's so much mismatched material, like stuff that was recorded a while ago that I think you can kind of tell it doesn't sound totally in line with everything. But my writing style is such that I think there's enough like thematic and stylistic continuity that it doesn't really matter that it was recorded at different times. But I had a hard time putting it in order. Definitely mixed it up a lot, listened to it a lot. My boyfriend Dana again was very helpful in putting it in order, and I think the rest of the band too was just like, oh, this has got to be the opener, like this is the big ending. So yeah, it's sort of a couple things were in the place that I wanted them to be, and then I just shuffled around the rest until it made sense.
All right.
Okay,
fair enough.
that's fair. So what song off this record took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Oh, sorry, I literally need to pull up the track listing because
it's all good. No shame in that.
Yeah. We've had people pull up their own lyrics. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh God. I mean, none of them. My song, the way that I write, I don't really like revisit anything once it's written. It's like it's written and
it's
then
done.
Whether it gets recorded now or it doesn't get recorded for a long time, how long the recording process takes is more varied. But like when I write a song, it's done within the hour or so that it takes to write it.
Oh wow.
I would say so, which I think is a blessing and a curse because I can be very unwilling to change things. I'm like, but this is how I wrote it. That's it. And then someone will be like, well, it doesn't have to stay that way just because you wrote it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's like, don't fuck with me. But let me think. My favorite is probably, it's towards the end of the album. It's called Schlub. And it's a song about being stuck in an endless dating cycle, sort of where you're just like repeating behavior or just feeling like, you know, there is no out to dating until one day you just fucking give up and pick somebody and you're like, all right, this is it now, I guess. Just feeling those feelings.
Fair enough.
Feeling those feelings right before the pandemic when I was like bartending every night, just like dealing with shitty people. And that's my favorite one.
Okay.
All right, solid.
So where was your headspace at while you were creating this album? I know it was across many years, so
well, I feel like I often just like return to the same things. I have a hard time writing fictitiously. Pretty much, I mean, everything that I write is like, if it's not extremely literal, it is still true. Like I wish that I could like separate the person that I am from music, but if a song isn't true, it doesn't feel right to me. Like I just wouldn't ever write something that I didn't 100%. It's every song I write is either something that happened or a thing that I'm feeling. So in that sense, it's like pretty, not that it's easy for me to write because it's not, and it comes here and there, but I sort of feel like it just happens as it happens, and I don't really have too much control of it. But I can just want me to just like go through them?
Sure.
The first song is called The Whole World.
Mhm.
I took the lyric that repeats throughout the song from something that an abusive person once said to me, and at the time it felt like a sweet statement. He said, "The whole world wants to sit next to you," which felt like very cool and like powerful and nice at the time, and in hindsight it feels like manipulative, or like it just the meaning changed to me. And then the meaning changed again with the pandemic. But yeah, so the whole world wanted to sit next to me is like the thing about that song. The next song is Cherry. That one is about an ex who I really kind of saw myself spending more time with than I did. It's not often that I get dumped because I'm usually like I'm scared, peace, or like you know, some variation of that. But this was like a totally blindsided getting dumped vibe. So that's that song. Then we got Leash, which sometimes I don't feel in control of my feelings. I guess we all get like that, but that's about that. The next song is called Red, and that one is sort of just feeling angsty, feeling like bad at communicating during the pandemic and just like questioning everything. The next song is called My Last Name. It was the first song that we recorded for this album specifically. I was just kind of doing a test run with the producer of the album, Eric Case Romero. He does like the front bottom stuff and Deal Casino. But yeah, so me and Eric, this was like a test run session trying to see like, do I want to keep working with you? And it was such a positive experience that I was like, yeah, this is my guy now. Because I've never really felt comfortable in the studio. It makes me stressed out, and I'm always like, I write the song, now everybody else make it a song. Now I'm peace, like go exactly make it sound good and call me when it sounds good. So yeah, it's an acoustic song that I wrote with about somebody that I was dating that got married very shortly after we broke up. And feeling like your last name could have been my last name if things worked out differently. The next song is Brass Knuckle Keychain. That one was like a voice memo that turned into a song. It was just like something I was walking to my car, singing into my phone. I went walking with my pepper spray. I dare someone to fuck with me. And that just like sat in my phone for a while. And then my keyboard player and best friend Noah Rockwork, he's the drummer for Samia, and he plays keys for me. And he's got a solo project called Wormy. But yeah, so Noah was like, you got to make that a song. And I was like, all right, bet. And I did. Then we got Get Real. Then we got Schlub. Then we have Devil's Dishes, which that one was the first time that I wrote the song, and then my boyfriend Dana produced it and played everything on it. That was the first time that we had really like fully worked on something together. And yeah, that one's just kind of like about feeling out of place. And then the next song is called Wet Brain, and it's about an alcoholic that I used to date. I guess you can see the themes that are coming up, which is that I'd be having exes. And yeah, Wet Brain is about somebody who really needs to stop drinking. I've said it before and I'll say it again. But he was calling me a lot. We dated when I was 19. It was a long time ago, but he was calling me a lot drunk during the pandemic, like, come over. I was like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind, bro. Yeah. Like, absolutely not.
Lose my number.
Yeah, like lose my number, and I'm insulted that you would even like call me on this level. But at the same time, I wasn't surprised that he was calling me like that. And it's really sad because he's one of the most talented songwriters I've ever met, and every song he's ever written is incredible to me, and yeah, it just makes me really sad.
Okay.
But that's the album, ending on a big old bummer.
Okay.
But
Just got a little.
That's sort of Little Hag in a nutshell, anyway.
All right. Got a little impromptu track by track.
Exactly. That was cool. I liked that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Start doing more of those. That was really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this record for the first time? Should they put it on, go on a road trip with friends? Should they put it on at a party? Should they just kind of turn off the lights, put on headphones, and just kind of zone out while listening to it? What do you recommend?
I love that question. Definitely don't put it on at a party unless you're trying to kill the mood and like bring up like if you want to bring up old beef, put this on at a party and then like allow yourself to get emo about it, and then like go up to somebody who wronged you and be like, I just don't understand why this ended the way that it did. You know, like,
so put it on to start something.
If you want to start something in public, that's a method.
Okay. Perfect.
I would suggest, my listening habits have changed so much. My favorite way to listen to music was like driving around, like put on an album and drive at night through your old hometown kind of thing. That's like something that I used to like to do. But lately I'm so burnt out on music, I only listen to podcasts.
Oh,
okay. Interesting.
Because I don't know, music stresses me out.
Okay.
Everything about like, perhaps this is a little too real, but you know, whatever, we're here. Everything about being an artist is exhausting to me most of the time. Like everything beyond just songwriting. Like songwriting is what I like to do.
Yeah.
But like being a online personality or like posting about stuff that's happening because I have to, or things like that just really stress me out.
Fair enough.
So
that's fair.
So lately I'm just like, I don't know, a podcast about something that's got nothing to do with anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is good for me.
Because
I can't help but listen to all music with like some kind of critical lens.
Oh God, I felt that on every level.
Yeah. Even though it's not fun.
No.
But like I listen to something and I'm like, I don't know, this
could have been done better.
Yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, or I'm just like, why is this person like doing this huge tour? I hate them.
Yeah.
That's mean. I don't mean that. I just mean like I find myself like really turned off really easily by things. And I'm a self-proclaimed hater. Well, my friends are like, stop being a hater. But I'm just like, I don't know, I'm picky. So if I don't listen to music, then I don't have to be a bitch.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Sure. Wow, we've never interviewed an artist who's like, I'm sick of music, so I just listen to podcasts. That's really interesting to hear. But I get the reason behind it.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like something we don't all talk about enough. It's the my friend once said to me, you know, the whole do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life thing. My friend once said to me, do what you love and you'll work every day forever.
Yeah.
Until you die. And I was like, damn, too real, because when you have to monetize your hobby or your passion and try to be professional, it's exhausting. And
it is, yeah.
And
it almost takes the joy out of it.
Yeah, totally. It really can. So, yeah.
It's hard, at least for me personally, it's like hard to bridge the gap between like burnout and just absolutely hating the fact that I have to be professional with something that I enjoy, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
right.
Yeah.
So don't be professional. Fuck it.
Well, that's why we're not.
Can I curse on here?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yay.
So this question should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
Oh, crud. All right, 3 words. Bitchy.
Okay.
sarcastic,
Okay.
reflective.
Ooh. Okay.
I like that.
I don't really
That's
think
good.
those are the most exciting words of all time, but
But
I
it
guess they're-
fits. That's all
yeah,
that
Exactly.
matters.
they're pretty accurate, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So, what is your favorite memory that you made while creating this record?
Oh, let me look at the songs again. My favorite memory of creating this record.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we were in the studio, we were in the studio December 2019, and then again November 2020, working on this stuff. Those were like the main sessions where we did most of everything. And the first one was just very powerful. Like, we were all so amped on these songs, and I love like hearing things as they come together, because I tell the guys in the band what to do, but not really. I give them like vague and annoying notes. So I'll be like, Fern, to my guitar player, like, you're playing too good, like, play worse. And I'll be like, I don't know what that means, but okay. And then and then eventually he'll get there and he'll play like a big fucked up guitar solo, and I'm like, yeah, that's
Perfect. Yeah.
So I would say when we were in the studio, there was a couple times where Fern was fucking around, and that was joyous. Also, working on, we did a music video for Cherry that was the only like high budget video that we did. Not that it was high budget, it really wasn't, but like, the only one that we like
had a budget.
I have friends that have real cameras.
Yeah,
did me a favor kind of vibe.
Okay.
And we went to a sort of seedy love motel in North Jersey. I forget exactly where it was now, but filming that video was really fun. In the bubble bath and being dramatic. I got to borrow some clothes from this shop called Pearl Street in Red Bank. My friend is the owner, and she makes really incredible stuff. And she let me borrow some cool dresses and such. So she's the same, the woman who made the dress that I was wearing at the house show with the whole lyrics on it. It says, "I want to be the girl with the most cake."
Yeah, I didn't know what the dress said, but I thought it was very cool.
Yeah, it's from the whole song Doll.
All right.
But yeah,
that's so cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Did I answer the question? I forget.
Yeah, you
You
did. You did.
And now I promise you can take the track list down. I don't think you'll need it for any of these questions.
Okay.
So picture this: you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Cool Ranch Doritos. No.
Ooh.
Well, I think it depends. Now I'm trying to remember what I've only done a couple tours in my life, and never with the full band. I've done like acoustic tours. We're opening for a friend.
Okay.
So I'm solo on those. And now I'm trying to think of like what would be my
go-to
thing. I like those like Munchies cheese mix.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got a little bit of all the different stuff.
Oh yeah.
I like a granola bar.
Okay.
I like water. I'm not big on things that aren't water.
That's fair. Yeah.
I just mean like
You're a
at a
big
gas
water
station.
drinker.
At a gas station, I'm not getting soda. I'm not getting. Maybe I'm getting like a plain hot coffee.
Okay.
If it seems acceptable to me, if it's like
Early enough
not
in
the middle of
morning.
nowhere,
Yeah.
like old ass shit coffee.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get a bottle of water, and I'm gonna
Okay.
drink it, and I'm gonna have to pee.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, Avery, you were supposed to pee when we stopped. And
Exactly.
I'm gonna be like,
I didn't have to go
to pee
then.
again, or I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was too busy thinking about that water, man.
Exactly. Do you
Peeing
have
is the big theme for me.
on the album or just in general?
Well, on that little EP, you've got that piss song too.
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
So, did you guys? I don't know.
We heard the EP, but
We
were
did.
like, this is a little too confusing to ask any questions about. I was very intimidated by the 3 song titles, and was
I
like,
wanted
let's
to
just
ask
talk
about the song
album.
titles. Can we talk about the song
Can we
titles
just talk
for
about
a
that
second?
EP?
Yeah.
We could talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's a lot of history here. Let's take it back. We'll take it back to 2017, a simpler time.
Yes.
I wrote the song Blood because I missed my period. Well, I didn't miss my period. My period was just 10 days late
Oh,
and
okay.
driving me wild. And the guy that I was seeing at the time was like, sup? And I was like, shut up. Everyone leave me alone. Like, if I'm pregnant, I'm gonna shoot somebody. So that was that. So that was Blood.
Okay.
We did a big music video release for that at the time. So I released that song as Avery when I was doing my solo thing. And I made tampon crowns with like red glitter glue blood on them. It was very fun. But so that's Blood. That was 2017. We recorded in 2019. And
Sorry, I'm a child.
No, you're fine. No, it's okay. Come is about, well, if you guys heard the song, but that it's about a photographer that came up to me at a show and said, when you're on stage, you look like you're having an orgasm. And I was like,
interesting.
Ew.
Why are you saying that to me?
I was like, you're old as fuck. Get away from me. Except I didn't say that. I was like, haha, yeah.
Haha, yeah, totally.
Like, yeah, I do know that. Yeah, he was like, do you know that you look like you're having an orgasm? It was like he was asking me, do I know?
Ew.
And I was like, do I know? Yeah, I don't know. Yes.
I guess.
It was worse because I do know, because that was not the first time someone said that to me. But but the other people who have said it to me are people who
you're okay with it happening.
Yeah.
Or
people you know.
Or people who like know for themselves. And I was like, all right, like, don't be saying this to me. Like, don't be imagining that.
Yeah.
You're
Get
old.
out of my life.
Yeah.
Exactly,
you're old. Never come to a show
like,
again.
You're mad old.
Yeah.
Except just kidding. He's like, it's amazing to me that this guy doesn't know that it's about him, because I feel like I've told enough people the truth that they're like that it would have gotten back by now. But yeah, it's not even no hard feelings. It's just like, you know, old men be doing weird shit. They love it. Old men are addicted to doing weird shit. They love it. So that's Come, and then Piss was written, and I hope Glenn doesn't listen to this podcast. Glenn is from Bar None Records. He's my go-to guy who supports me and supports Little Hag at Bar None. But Glenn was like, what's going on? We gotta get new stuff going on, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna write a song called Piss to go with Blood and Come. Like, wonderful. Totally as a joke. Yeah. And then a couple weeks later, he's like, so what's going on with Piss? And I was like, oh, it's coming along great. Had not written it yet.
Of course.
He's like, can you send me? And then more weeks went by, and he was like, send me something. This is like June of 2021. Like, recent. Yeah. He's like, send me what you have. And I was like, all right, I guess I gotta write this song now. Yeah. And my boyfriend was like, just write the fucking song. Like, stop. So I was like, okay, whatever. I gotta write a Piss song now. It could be whatever. But I've been struggling this past year with chronic pelvic pain, which is not good for me. But anything that happens is, you know, fodder for songwriting. Is how I always, you know, feel. Like, something shitty happens, it'll make a song eventually. Exactly. Yeah. So Piss was born out of just my constant doctor's visits, my lack of diagnosis, my lack of anybody really helping me. The final straw was that I left a urine culture at my old gynecologist. And I feel like all I do is pee in cups. I was like, somebody just like read the pee. Like, what does the pee say? Exactly. So I left a cup at my gyno, was waiting for the results for a while. I had to call them multiple times and be like, what's the results? What's up? And then they were like, oh, we lost it. I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, yeah, we like didn't label the pee, so then it never like never went out to get tested. So I was like, oh, so when you told me that the results weren't back yet, you were lying, because they were never going to come back because you fucked up. And why am I going to you? You are not helping me. So yeah, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And here we are, still just peeing.
In cups.
Peeing in cups. Peeing in cups. Asking a man and saying, "Tell me what this means. What is my pee saying to you?"
All right.
But,
Interesting. And that's the Breakfast EP. I hate that it's called Breakfast.
So,
exactly.
Right, so that's why, well, then that was the joke. I was like, we should call it Breakfast. And that never really got any laughs. I thought it was funny, but like in a extended sense, I think the band thought it was funny, but I brought it up to a couple people. They were like, really? Oh.
Yeah. It's like, that's an interesting creative decision. Because it wasn't in the press release, so when your press person sent it over alongside the album, I was like, what is this Breakfast EP containing piss, cum, and blood?
Yeah, I guess anytime I have to like explain myself or write stuff down, I'm like, oh, I'm just weird, or like I'm not gonna come off good.
No, you're an artist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
You're
so
an artist.
much. I'm not sure if you'll feel the same way when you see the video that I made.
Oh no.
The video is toilets. It's all toilets.
You made a music video for piss?
I made a music video for piss, and it's all POV shots of me flushing.
Wow.
Like, that's really all it is. I just actually sent it to the label and the press people today, even though it's coming out in a week, because, as I've said, I put everything off. And I told Glenn about the video. I was like, give me a deadline earlier than you need it, so that when I'm late, it's on time. But then because I told him that, I already knew that I could be late.
Yep.
So I made it even later. But anyway, I said the video's done today. There's no other ways for me to dress up what this is, which it is toilets.
Yeah.
Various toilets. Mostly me, but some friends peeing or flushing.
Okay.
And some other just like POV stuff of me with a little old school camcorder that I found.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting concept. But
you guys seem very sweet. I hope I'm not scaring you with my.
Oh no.
I was scared when I saw the EP, so this is comforting in a way.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't like that you're scared.
Intimidated is a better word.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's better.
That works for me.
Okay.
Right.
It's you.
I mean, they kind of answered my question.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
It was new projects. You just, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Breakfast is coming out on August 11th. And then Leash is coming on September 24th.
Got the piss music video in there. You got any other interesting music videos coming out?
Yeah, we got the video for Cherries coming in the beginning of September.
Okay.
Which I'm really excited about, because it's like the most professional looking thing I feel like I've ever done, and I think it's very funny, the video. Not that I've seen it yet, but I think the concept is very funny. I don't want to give it away, but I don't know, I just think it's going to be good. And then we're going to have a video for Leash, if I make it. Will I?
Well, what's the deadline?
Who knows?
for that?
Who's to say?
Exactly.
This is the DIY life. You guys know it.
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just, there wasn't going to be a video for piss. There wasn't going to be a piss until, it happened.
Exactly.
So we're just going to wing it on that one.
Right.
My boyfriend Dana, who is the jack of all trades of my life, is going to wind up bearing the brunt of that one for sure. I'm going to be like, excuse me, please make me a music video.
Please.
He's gonna be like, I'm busy. I'm gonna be like, okay, but do it for free.
Okay, but you'll do it because you love me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get away with a lot by pulling that one.
Yeah, my partner's the same way. So where do you see the project in the next 5 years?
I would love to like legitimately tour and not in a DIY way. I mean, DIY touring is sick in some ways, but it's also, hell.
Yeah.
Literally.
And I've never like booked a DIY tour. Any tour that I've ever done, it's somebody else booked it. I was touring with my buddy Mikey Frazier. He's from Virginia. We did a full US in late 2018, and I did another like southern tour with him that same year, and that was tiring and all that because you're like sleeping on couches and stuff, but I also didn't have to do any of the booking or like negotiating all that shit. So DIY doing that for this Little Hag tour that we have coming up in February is going to be a lot. We're playing a wedding in February, so we're like, let's just
go on tour
to make a tour out of it. We're playing a wedding in LA.
Oh.
And yeah, and it's a friend of my bassist Chris, who we're playing their wedding. Shout out Rose and Matt if you're listening. But they want Little Hag music at their wedding.
Wow.
I was like,
you sure about that?
Are you sure? I was like, what about grandma? What about, Republican uncle?
Exactly.
What are they gonna do?
What's he gonna say?
Yeah. And she was like, no, it's it's a liberal affair. We're easygoing. Not that that's what that. Not that I'm equating that, but you know what I'm saying. It's not like a stuffy sort of like crowd that wants me to like be a lady. So that'll be cool to play Blood and Cum and piss at someone's wedding.
It's gonna be great.
I don't think I'm gonna piss.
Oh.
You have to play the trilogy.
Exactly.
back to back to back.
The unholy trilogy. I have to. All right.
You have to. Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, guys, I know it's your wedding and it's about your love or whatever, but folks over at Good Noise Podcast told me I have to play the whole thing. Yeah. So
they'll understand.
I'll put it in my contract.
Yeah. All right.
They'll get it. They'll get it. So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. Like I said, I hate music, so.
Sick. So we're going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
Okay.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Well, as I've said, a nice cold glass of water. It's sort of my vibe. Do love water. But actually, water's good. If it's the very end, maybe I'll take a peach snapple.
Ooh, yeah. Taste.
Really feel my youth running through my veins for my last days. As far as meal, it's probably going to be something Italian.
Ooh.
If it's available, I would like my mom to make me like lasagna or meatballs or something.
Okay,
that's good.
Good answer.
Or if that's too specific, then I'll get like veggie lo mein.
Ooh.
All right, that's also good.
Yeah.
So if you
actually, no, I'm sorry. I want to take it back.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
I thought about it more. I was like, what do I actually want? This is what I want. Okay. I want a patty melt. I want rye bread. I want it medium rare, and I want it to actually be medium rare because sometimes you get a patty melt and it's not that it's not done right.
Yeah.
And I want the onions on there. And I want cheddar. And the fries got to be good. No steak fries or like weird shit like that. Something crispy. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm gonna have.
Okay. That's a good choice. I like that one. That's a good one.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
One fictional world for a week.
Yes.
Damn, bro. Looking at my whole stack of books over there, like books, give me something. I'm currently reading Interview with the Vampire, which highly recommend. I have never been one for vampire stuff. Like I never read Twilight and all that. My sibling Kylie, shout out to Kylie, is obsessed with Twilight. And we watched the first movie recently, but
they just put them all on Netflix, by the way.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I saw I think I saw the first one on Netflix, but I didn't know they were all on there. I haven't seen the rest of them.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them. I just know Twitter like blew up when all of them were put on Netflix, and I was like, oh, cool. Yeah.
They're definitely a wild ride.
Mm-hmm.
I think like late 2000s, early 2010s nostalgia is powerful because we were all just 10 years younger. And for me, being, I guess 10 years ago I was 17, but being a little bit younger than that was cool. So I think that's why that era of nostalgia is like prominent with maybe my age group. I don't know how old you guys are, but like prominent with people in their 20s and such. I didn't answer the question. Oh yeah, so Interview with the Vampire. They're in New Orleans in the 1700s in the first part of the book. And it's just debaucherous and murder.
Interesting.
And such.
All right.
Yeah. I like murder. I like crime. I like, true crime, basic bitch stuff.
Okay.
True crime is good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's horrifying, but it's cool.
A little too scary for me, I'm not gonna lie.
I forget what it was that me and my boyfriend were watching something not that long ago, and it was a fictional thing happening in a movie, and I was like, oh, this is so brutal, I can't look at this. And he was like, we just watched like a documentary on the DC sniper that was like really brutal and real and really happened, and we were like, fine. And now like a dog is dying or something, and
well, I mean, it's a dog,
enough, though.
right?
Yeah, it's a dog.
Come on,
it is
some sympathy.
I know. Movies know how to get you.
Yeah, it's with the dog, man. It's with the dog.
It's always the dog.
It's always the dog.
So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken has actually said it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
I don't know, man. I like
You doing okay over there? Your voice started to shake.
Yeah.
Well, because I feel like you guys can tell by now, I can't just give an answer without like rambling the fuck on about some other shit. So like just picking a color, damn, tough. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is not a real answer, but it is what I think right now.
Yeah.
There is a season of 24 in which Kiefer Sutherland. Okay, the concept of 24, it's the whole season is 24 hours. So
yeah. I've heard of that.
They're wearing it, all the characters for the whole season are wearing the same outfit because it's one day.
Yeah.
And there's a season of 24, I want to say like maybe it's the third one-ish, where Kiefer Sutherland is wearing this gray shirt and he looks divine. He looks incredible. He's not usually my type, but he looks hot as hell in this gray shirt.
Okay.
It's like, heather gray, but maybe it's a little bit darker. And for what it brings to mind for me, I'm going to have to say the gray of Kiefer Sutherland's shirt in that season of 24.
Okay. That's good.
Oddly specific. I was curious as to how you would make that question more than it had to be.
I was curious too, because as most people in my life know, sometimes I just start talking just to see what comes out. And that was a little bit of that. It's the truth, but it's also a little bit of that.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
So
what are your favorite colors?
Black.
Yellow.
Nice.
We're like a bumblebee over here. I haven't made that joke yet.
People have made it about us, though.
Yeah, but I haven't personally made that joke yet.
Oh, there you go. Oh my god, it's my turn next.
That's really sweet. That's like dynamic duo stuff.
Yeah.
Look at us go, man.
Virtual high five. Woo!
If that bumblebee was wearing the gray t-shirt,
it could be the three of us.
Oh my god, look at us.
Incredible.
Dude. So as Glory said, that is all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
I guess just this new shit that we got coming out. I don't know. I'm really excited about Piss. I
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, laugh. It's okay.
We're like 12 over here, I swear.
No, you're totally fine.
Yeah.
I just like, I always write very literal stuff, but this is like stupid. Like
Yeah.
very like me pushing my brand of being too much to the limits, because I say piss like a million times in the song.
Yeah.
So I'm really just excited for that and for the video, even though the video is so not safe for work, DIY as DIY gets. Like I'm not very good at editing. I shot everything and edited it, and it's not, I mean,
is it gonna go over well on YouTube though?
Yeah, will it get copy strike or just taken down, flagged?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing like actually profane in it, I don't think, unless toilets.
You never know with YouTube,
I mean,
honestly.
yeah, YouTube, yeah.
I mean, I think if it gets taken down, that could be cool press. So
It could be.
You got a point.
Suddenly Billboard's writing about you.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Rule breaker.
YouTube, please flag me. Please take down the piss video. I need all the help I can get out here. So
All right.
yeah, listen to piss.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Stream piss.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for now. That's been Avery from Little Hag, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.